Hello, greetings, and welcome along to the podcast for today. My special guest is Efe Ohwofasa, who will be talking, as usual, about public speaking, but lead generation inside public speaking. So, first of all, Efe, welcome. And can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your journey in lead generation for public speaking?
Yes, Martin, thank you. It's always exciting to be on this platform to share one or two insights that will help people to build their business, scale their business, and create the lifestyle. One of my area of expertise is public speaking, and it's something I've mastered over the years. And public speaking, I would say, saved my life. It saved my life from a young boy or a young adult from committing suicide to making a career standing on the stage. Many years ago, when I was still growing up, I think I was in my early 20s. I was still back in Nigeria, and I was not in a good place with life. I've lost my father. Life was very difficult for me. But along the line, I met a mentor who introduced me to personal development. And I got obsessed about reading books, self-help books, motivation books. One of my favorite one was from this American motivational expert, Anthony Robbins. I read two of his books, The Unlimited Power and The Awakening the Giant Within. So I read those books, and the concept, the ideas, the tools that I learned from there really helped me to master my emotions. And I read some books written by Brian Tracy, books written by this Mike Murdoch, a Christian author. And those books really gave me insights and information. So I think I found a new motivation. Rather than feeling depressed, feeling worrying about myself, my future, I became obsessed about making the world a better place. And I had an obsession. I want to be speaking to people. I want to change the world. I want to share insights, what people can do and learn to improve their life. And that got me into public speaking. And long story short, I came to the UK. I trained to become a professional speaker, got mentors, and public speaking has really helped me to establish and to build my business, reaching out to people. So it's an exciting thing, Martin.
That's interesting because you mentioned a couple of challenges along the way. So, what common challenges do public speakers face when trying to book more speaking gigs?
Yeah, I think the answer is that one thing, if you're already a good public speaker, if you're already good in speaking, as in you're not shy outside on your stage, that alone is not enough for you to use the speaking skills to build your expertise or to grow your business or to get clients or to make money. You have to first of all be a marketer, an expert in marketing yourself as a speaker. Then you have the privilege of being invited to speak as a guest keynote speaker, or either you get paid or you charge a fee to do that. So there are skills to do that. But the problem is not everybody who is a speaker, who is an entrepreneur, know how to go about that. So the challenge is people, or the mistake people make is that they wait for people to reach out to them, to invite them to come and speak as a guest speaker or as a keynote speaker. When you wait, unless you are a celebrity like Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama, you don't wait. If you're not a celebrity, there are things you could do. So the mistake is people wait for speaking gig to come to them, and they may never get any speaking gig. So that's a big mistake they do.
So, how has the landscape of public speaking changed in recent years, especially with digital platforms now available to us all?
Yeah, it has changed greatly. I think since after 2020, when we had the COVID, a lot of things happened. Most of the things have gone online, so most people are doing things online. But having said that, as a speaker, if you have the tools and the techniques of being on stage, you could speak either virtually or face to face. But for me, I love my face to face platform. So it has changed dramatically. So the thing is that you just have to be proactive, intentional, and I use the word aggressive in getting yourself known, marketing yourself relentlessly. putting all your effort, putting your name out there, promoting yourself and your brand, and knowing what to do to get speaking gig. And when you get a speaking gig, and knowing how to leverage the opportunity to get client for your business and get repeat booking.
So are there specific industry, talking about lead generation strategies today mainly, two things. Where should public speakers start when they're looking for opportunities? And are there specific industries or event types that are more open to new speakers?
I think it began by you looking inward to yourself first, because if you want to get known, you have to be able to you have to define what area of expertise do you want to speak on? What do you want to be known for? What's your area of expertise? You want to talk about, is it business? Is it relationship? Is it leadership? Is it time management? Is it health and fitness? You have to be very specific and know your topic. Have an area of expertise. Then you choose an industry. The industry you want to choose should be something that align with where you are coming from. Maybe you've been working in a corporate world in the last few years, or maybe you have an history of working somehow in an industry. So that is where you should pitch your interest to, because that's where you have an expertise and experience in. So the answer to that question is know your topic. Your topic is something you have an expertise in, or it could be something you are passionate about that you could research, do study and do research on and get insights on. Then you want to decide which industry do you want to make a mark, which industry do you want to make an impact by going on stage to speak. So with that, you are ready. Then you want to find how to get booked to speak, which we're going to talk about over the next few minutes.
How can speakers effectively reach out to those event organizers, though, and the conference planners? Because they've got to start somewhere, obviously.
Yeah. The thing, like I said earlier on, event planner may not come to you. They will not contact you if you are not a known person in the industry. So if you are starting out, if you are new on the journey, maybe if you're an experienced speaker, you're not known. So the thing is that you have to be the one to reach out to these meeting planners. So you look for events, conferences, programs that has already been scheduled, right? You look for those events that are scheduled ahead of time. It could be the next month, the next 6 months, next year, whatever. You look for these events in the industry where you want to speak, where you want to get known, and you look for the one that align with your area of expertise. Then you make a call. You sit down, you make a call. You don't wait. That's the prize. You sit down, you make a call with the view you want to speak to the meeting planners, event organizers, and there are strategies you go about it. So you reach out to these meeting planners, then you make a proposal that you are an expert on this, that you want to speak about XYZ. So there's a way you go about that, which I'm going to talk about as time goes on. So it's you reaching out to them and making a phone call, sending an email, whatever you can contact them. Then you have a conversation with them, then you get booked.
Okay, tell us about the lead generation side of it. I know if you speak in front of a lot of people, some of them are going to come towards you and get your contact details and go from. There's more to it than that, isn't there?
Yeah, there are different ways, but there are two that I've mastered over the years. When, for example, let's assume you have been invited to speak, you are now on stage, you're delivering maybe a keynote speech, a keynote presentation, or you're hosting a one-day training program for an audience, could be corporates, whatever audience it is, and you're on stage. There are two things you could do strategically to get rebooked and also to generate speaking, a new speaking gift from the stage. One of them is when you're on stage and you have delivered good content, you have inspired the audience, they've trusted you as an expert speaker. One of the things I do before I end up, I ask the audience during the session of my presentation here, I will say, who here know of any other group that they think my subject matter or what I'm speaking about would be useful to, and you would like to introduce me to them? With a show of a hand, raise up your hand. So I say it there, and to some extent, you will get a lot of hands raised up. Then you say, okay, I will come to you, give you a piece of paper, or already I may have a piece of paper on their desk. I'll say, could you please see the name of the organization or write the name of the person in charge of that group you think I could go and deliver such presentation to, and put your name there, and I'll make reference to that. So you could see right there on the spot, I have developed hot lead, and when I follow through, I'll get booked on that. So that's one strategy. And the second strategy is, during my presentation, before I leave, if I'm hosting a workshop or a seminar or training all day or 2 or 3 days, I always give feedback form for members of the audience to fill, to answer some questions, give me feedback. And among the questions that I fill, I ask them, I say, which organization do you know or do you think will benefit for such training we did today, for such my presentation today? Write their name, the contact person name, the contact person email or phone number, and your name, and tick a box that you give me permission to contact them. And when you do that, you definitely will get people who will give you those information because you've wowed them on stage. I will give you an example. There was a time I was invited to London to do training to financial advisors. And I was with them for a whole day. And when is the time now for them to fill my feedback form? There's a section on the form when I ask them to fill, who do they know, which organization or individual do they think my content will be useful for? Please put a name and all those things I mentioned. And they did it. I got 7 from that training. Then few days afterwards, I followed up in what happened. I got 3 new booking gig with that strategy. I got new books. So that strategy, it always work if you know how to go about it. And these are the things you do. You don't wait for it. You are proactive about it.
So that's offline. Can social media and content marketing help speakers book more gigs? And if so, how?
Yes, it can. Social media is about you showcasing who you are, you being known for what you do. So the thing is that you have to present yourself professionally. If you're a speaker, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to build your business with speaking, share photos of what you do, create content, create video, write articles about your subject matter. And also there should always be call to action. Tell people how to contact you, showcase yourself, join different groups on social media. It could be Facebook group, LinkedIn group, and join them and let people know who you are, what you do, what your area of expertise are, what solution you provide. With that, people will see you and they will come and make an inquiry with you.
I know a number of viewers or listeners are into email marketing. How important is email marketing in building a relationship with event organizers?
Email marketing is a very powerful tool if you know how to do it. If we'll talk about email marketing, is whereby you have people who you communicate with regularly, and over a period of time, they go to trust you, know you, like you, and they take action to buy from you. Or this time, they want to buy from you as an expert who who provide professional services. So email marketing is that you have to be very strategic about it. Now, before someone can join your database where you be communicating email with them, you have to do something to happen first. That is, you have to generate lead. In this case, lead are prospects, people who have not yet become your customers, but they have one way or the other showed interest in your services or your product. So how do you do this? One of the ways is, what can you give out for free or for almost free for people to raise their hand and say they are interested? And when you want to give it to them, you request for that email address first. So it could be, for example, things you could give out for free. It could be, one of them could be, you could host free workshop, free webinar, a free seminar where you introduce people into something and you get them to register to attend that free seminar. Or you could write a free ebook, a free tip on any subject or topic or something you think people will be interested in. So you make an offer to get a free book, and they request for it. You create a landing page where people now request for that free information from you. They give you their email address and their first name, probably their phone number. Then they download it through a landing page. Then you have a system where you collect this email address, this information from people. You now build a database. So the database is now you'll not use to be communicating with them with CRM system. Or you could offer free consultation to people either on social media or any platform. Free consultation is you give people access to you. You ask them questions, they find out more about you, you find out more about them, then you make an offer for them to join one of your services, to buy one or two things from you. Then you could write email, I beg your pardon, article. You write articles, and from the article, you could put a link whereby you direct people to download something free to divert them into requesting for that information guide. That they give you that email address, the phone number, the request for it, they join your CRM system. Then you have the database of prospects. Then over a period of time, when you send information that are useful to these people, then at some point you make an offer for them to buy something or to join you on something you are selling, up an offer you have. Then if you know how to do it, put the systems in place, you're using email marketing through effective lead generation to build your business, make more sales, make more impact, and make more money in the process.
That's incredible and powerful stuff. People, you see the headlines where they say email is dead, do chatbots instead, and all this sort of thing. But email is still the most powerful thing. It has been since I started online in the 90s, and it never fails, as you say, if you know what you're doing to get to make email effective. You do need to know certain things. I'm sure they can learn that from you. Before I ask you where the audience can connect with you and contact you, is there anything else you'd like to say that they need to know about lead generation in public speaking?
Lead generation should be an aspect of your business as a professional where you pay attention to. So generate lead is a gold mine to any business. Because when you have good qualified leads, I beg your pardon, database of people, at any time when you have a new product or new services you are introducing to the market, these are the first people you want to contact because they already have relationship with you. And if you send good information, build good relationship with them, you can be making sales at any time when you have something to offer. So focus on building lead, generating leads for your business, being proactive with it. And over a period of time, you will build a community of people who trust and like you, and you can do repeat sales to them over a period of time when you have something valuable and useful for them.
Wonderful. So where can they connect with you and learn more about your work and what you do?
Yeah, I'm building my YouTube channel, so you could search me out, Efe Ohwofasa, on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. And if you need help on how to perfect the strategy of generating lead or getting more booking as a speaker to build a business, you could send me an email and I could help you with some free information. Send me an email at info@Efe Ohwofasa. That is info@efeohwofasa.com. And I'll book a study session with you to give you some golden nugget that will help you move forward faster.
Thank you very much for your time today. And we'll catch you on our next podcast. And these are exciting. I know the listeners' feedback and the viewers' feedback is very positive whenever you're on. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Martin. It's been always an honor to be here.